It's scary, I know. I listen to music. Yeah, you're now. Yeah, I got my AirPods.
NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies.
Fuck. I get ball for this.
In Denver, as the
Fuck.
Broncos get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. And
Hey,
off
JC,
we
I'm
go
about to lock
for
in, bro.
Denver.
Check me out.
And you
Got
combine a
Jerry
big
Judy,
leg
okay.
with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Jerry Judy. Man, I'm trying to get at the boy.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield.
I'm trying to get at him. Whoa, I see him just wide
It's a
open right
first
there.
down
Oh
and more
my
for
god.
Gordon. And finally brought down at the 43. It's a big play there for the Broncos. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over
Yo,
100
why
guys
did
have ever done that in the NFL. It's
nigga, I'm literally looking at that route the whole
A
time.
good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
They'll roll him out right. And he fires one incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. B.J. Hill able to record his 5th sack of the
Shit,
season.
BJ. That's why you pay you the big bucks, my boy.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Nah, just funny to get through
Here's
something
Mayfield.
because
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
wait, why the fuck is he hold on to the flag?
2nd and 6.
I'm about to be
Defensively, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic
2
number.
minutes left.
20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn.
No, my shit is lagging,
Get
bro.
there and take him down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And on that one, and the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Oh, it's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
This game is bad.
Justin Simmons. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
That's actually terrible.
Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Fan.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon.
Bro,
He's into the end zone.
the angles that these niggas taking.
Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it?
He said
Plus,
Justin
you're giving
Jefferson
up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Oh, that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his
Bro, who's
body.
that nigga keeping up with Tyreek Hill?
Bryce Callahan. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions.
Oh
thrown.
my
Well, the
god.
thing is, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game.
Oh, he has
Other
99
quarterbacks, they have a hard
speed.
time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Thank you. Fuck.
Picked up by Michael
What the fuck
Davis.
I'm talking
And
about?
The Chargers are going to have it here just past the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one,
These
I would think
niggas
about some
breakaway
play calls
speed
now,
is
not
like-
even necessarily to my best player,
Oh,
but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Throwing, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Touchdown.
I don't get how the fuck he just wide open.
Noah Fant with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Hey, I'm finna lead the party right quick.
Yep.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Following the interception, Mayfield Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's brought down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Mayfield. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A big gain that time for the Chargers. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw is Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Hopping over the top. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, L.A. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he's got it. What a catch on the side. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Squib kick picked up near the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Final play of the half. Prescott rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trailed as we get back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run on first down. Samuel, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott He's going to look downfield for Henry. It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for L.A. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Prescott. Open man, the tight end Henry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And it's caught. And he's brought down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Deebo Samuel, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's caught over the middle by Fant. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead. That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Play action now, Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mayfield off the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Let them know. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Play fake. Mayfield. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Switch it.
Again, Gordon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Mayfield. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Dan Arnold, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
The Charger drive about to get going. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. This will be caught at Samuel. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
1st down, Prescott. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now McManus for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd and 10.
Throwing. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And the Broncos are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball, and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bounce
Yo.
and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you still think you can do anything
What's the boys?
God, GG's, bro.
GG, bro.